Hi everyone, BC here with Red's Fractured Psyche. Um, Bought this Crown of Carrion from the Mantises. It's a hat that gives plus nature magic. Research Thumb, call more Eudaimones. So we're starting to get a decent number of them. Hopefully we'll start getting some cool events, but at some point we will start Gift of Reasoning them and add nature to our communions. Um, Speaking of which, I should probably start flying one of these shamans over, since I do have crystal matrices that he can use to join a communion. So let's go ahead and send you over here. Back to the messages. Blood hunting. So we've got 35 of those. I've been just forging lifelong protections, and those are definitely a good thing to forge. I think that I really should start summoning more blood hunters, and I'm not quite sure exactly what form that's going to take. If we go research, all of these potential blood hunters are pretty they require cross paths that I don't have necessarily up until blood right, but that's way down at blood 6. I guess crossbreeding could empower a nature mage and then do some crossbreeding. I do like crossbreeding. All right, well, we'll think about that. Lost a crippled unit. Greenskins North put Trosby Fjords back under siege again. Greenskins North recently had a WA, so they've got a bunch of free spawn in there, as well as this hero. We can go and see how they are using that hero. Body of Flames, which won't do anything versus actual Chassos armies. And Horde of Skeletons, that's interesting. Okay, so he's having him back on Skeleспam. He also has a Champion Skull, although this guy doesn't promote, so that's probably not necessary. Seems he's going for kind of a mix of things with this dude, which is awkward. But I will leave him to decide how he wants to use him. Alright, this raiding over here with some Night Goblin loons. I don't think that these sites are connected to... Like, I don't think that there's a net lab connection, unfortunately. Battle of Regna versus Krieg up northwest. Over here we've got I beat up the province defense for this fort, but I did lose all my displacer beasts, which is awkward. I guess I just wasted the gems on those. Let's go ahead and start making some more, just because I think that they can be useful if I am smarter about them. And I've got all the pearls in the world. So we'll go ahead and make 2 per turn. I want to get to have about 20 of them or so. And the goal will be to use them to fuck with communions and other backline mages. Then Chassos attacking this small Lusitania crew. He just brought this basic priest. This is EA Chassos that is doing this, not MA Chassos. Here are their Omen Warriors. Blade of the Woe. I don't know, like, what this is supposed to be. It's got a hodgepodge of abilities. But it is definitely, like, its stats are good. It just goes and sweeps through Lusitania PD. So now there's this interesting dynamic. There's an army of bees. These guys are trying to claim this Lusitania fort. These guys are trying to claim this Lanka fort. And Lanka itself is still under siege here. It's owned by Lusitania but sieged by Lanka. This Lanka fort, like, there's just this cluster of province ownership, and I don't even know what's happening here, but I do want to find out. Our plan will be to mop up Chassos down here. Like, after having beaten their big army, I don't expect to encounter meaningful opposition. Fortunately for me, also, like, this has come under my dominion. So the Lord of Waterdeep is blessed as well, which is just awesome. But in any case, like, we're gonna walk through Chassos. It might take a while to actually siege Chassos itself down, probably 3 turns or so. And then we'll walk to the north and clean up whoever is left over here. Assuming that we can form peace with Sargassia. Skiro lost some dominion. Lost a scout, which is fine. This is just their PD. They do not get any of their Spellrend units in Capital PD, which is useful. I lost a scout out east. And I lost my Bane Venom Charm up in Sargassia, which was also interesting. Like, this looks to be 10 PD and 1 Triton. But they found me. So that's probably a... Oh, and he was on retreat too. So that's probably a small incident, although not the most impactful. That's all said and done. Especially since if they don't look at their messages too closely, they might think it was just a scout. Storming Cloudbreakers, and we're doing it again. This time I'm wearing marble armor, which will hopefully help versus vine arrows. Where are vine arrows? There they are. Yeah, because it's just 14 pierce damage. I guess, like, maybe 16 pierce damage because extra nature levels. So with 23 prot and regen, I should be able to recover mostly. I've got lots of attacks that do a bunch of extra damage to inanimates. And we've got the mistletoe for instant death effects. So I'm hopeful that with this loadout, we can finally take care of business. But if not, then it is what it is, and we'll keep coming. I would very much love to be finally done with Karnak sometime. And then some promotions down here in Cloudbreakers. The promoted ones just get better stats, which is nice. So yeah. Hopefully we'll just be able to keep walking through Chassos. Ind is basically no more. They're not even trying to liberate this fort. Macedon is going to be swooping in to Marcane. And this looks like a pretty impressive army, but truth be told, it probably can't do anything about like a single Macedon demigod because those things are just fucking insane. Lentia is going and vulturing some Marcane, which makes sense. One idea that my partners and I had is to see if there's some price at which we can buy Ind itself. Probably unlikely, but it would be really nice if we could make that transaction happen because Ind has a site that lets you enter for combat training, and the result is that we'd be able to trigger a lot of WA, and that's just awesome. So we'll see if we can negotiate something. Probably not. Like, it's a capital is a pretty big deal, but it would be worth trying. So we'll see where things go there. Out west, it looks like the salt people are being pushed back, which is awkward. It's not what I had in mind. And then the other thing is that the water's been like completely overrun by Sakara Koresh. I mentioned this last turn, but like there's only a few late age Aboleth Hive forts that aren't under siege here, which I'm impressed with Sakara Koresh's military campaign. I don't know if like Triliax is going to be able or willing to bail out their partner, but we'll have to see how that situation develops and establish peace with Sakara Koresh as appropriate. If it's possible for us to buy this province in particular, that'd be really nice, just because right now we only own the one water province, and having water is useful for being able to cast certain rituals. The other water province we're looking at is the unknown Tilde over here, which is another province that we could potentially pick up. Actually, instead of getting a water lens, let's go ahead and get you Amulet of Ring of Water Breathing. Then as soon as... Okay, so let's go ahead and leave some of the knights at home. Oh, no. Don't want to do that because we're at recruitment point limits. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. My partner's giving me some more cash to bail me out. But we want to go ahead and... Like, these knights, I think, are the best units for going underwater and charging down these Elder Stones. And this one in particular has a cave connection. Alright, so yeah, I think that covers it for now. I'll see you next turn.